Hello, everyone. A very magical Monday to you. I am joining you a little bit later this afternoon as I really needed to feel into the message that I wanted to bring you today. And it is going to be a vulnerable share. It is going to be heartfelt. I'm really digging into this because honestly, I have been putting this topic aside for many months now. And as you know, when I sit down and bring you these messages, I really feel into the guidance from spirit, universe, whatever term you would like to give the beautiful essence up here. And I've really been putting it aside because I really needed to be ready to share this with you. And so today is the day that I'm going to be bringing this message to you, and it deeply comes from my heart, and it's deeply vulnerable because it touches this word that I'm about to tell you, touches on so many different parts of our lives in so many different ways, and it's literally all encompassing. So let's talk about love. This beautiful 4-letter word that brings so much. And when you think about love in our English language, I really feel like sometimes it's overused or maybe not used appropriately. Like, I love my car, I love my house, I love this location, I love that. And when we talk about love, it encompasses so much. It encompasses messy love, passionate love, sexy love, lustful love, love for our children, love for humanity, love for friendships, love for our parents, love for a partner or spouse, self-love, deep love. It's such an encompassing word that I feel sometimes we get confused on how to use it, where to use it, and what it actually is. And so let's talk about this a little bit. And like I said, this is going to be a very vulnerable share for me today. So this word love, to be honest with you, it baffled me many, many times. And as I started my awakening journey, however many years back now, I literally spent many private sessions with my spiritual teacher about this one word. I just couldn't grasp it. It encompassed so much. And I knew there was a deeper meaning for it. I knew there was a deeper way. I knew there was a deeper expansion, but I just couldn't grasp it. It wasn't there for me. And it's something that we all use every day. It's something that we all move from. It's something we express. It's something we receive. It's something we give. It's there. And so a couple months ago, I have been going through huge expansion of myself, spiritually, psychically, everything. And I had a huge awakening around this word love. And what occurred is that I now have a very deep, soulful understanding of this word. And it's something that I physically embodied or became. And what's so awe-inspiring about this is that when we're born, we're all born out of love. We're born from love because we're born from divine source energy. However, we forget that we are that because of circumstances that happen in our lives, whether we've been hurt, whether we block it, whether we use it, whether we don't use it, whether it's been whatever. We forget at our core being that we are love. And then another huge awareness happened for me, which is very uncomfy to say and admit. However, I know there's many of us that can relate to this. And this huge awareness for me was this love that I was giving and this love that I thought I was receiving was conditional. It was not unconditional. And that really, really struck a very deep chord with me, because I had always thought I was moving from unconditional love, from divine source energy love. I thought that that's how I moved and positioned and built my foundation to move from. However, when I had this huge awakening moment a couple months ago, I had the deep awareness that, wow, Heather, no, you're not. So, where do you go from here? What do you do? How do you become? So I chose in that moment that the foundation that I wanted to move from was going to be unconditional love. I was going to do my best at all times to move from this space. See, because everything we do is built on the foundation of love. Everything we are, all our choices we make, everything that we do and move from. And if you watched my video a few weeks back, I talked about listening to the whispers of your heart and following that Google inner map, which is God. And all of that comes down to love, unconditional divine source love. And so let's talk about this a little bit more. So this huge awareness that I had, I realized that I was giving love if you did what I asked. Fill in the blank. I will give you love as long as you look the way I want you to. Fill in the blank. I will give you love as long as you don't hurt me. Fill in the blank. I will give you love as long as you meet my standards and my expectations. Fill in the blank. Does this resonate with anybody? Are you realizing that maybe this is the way also that you've been giving love? And it's so common, right? It's so common because we get hurt and our emotions take over, and so we pull back and we buffer it, or we don't give it fully, or we don't receive it fully. And so the other thing I noticed too is that, think about this, love isn't just what we give to others, it's also the self-love we think about ourselves. I'll love myself if I don't make a mistake. I'll love myself if I look a certain way. I'll love myself as long as others accept me. I'll love myself, fill in the blank. And so today is very vulnerable for me, and it's a very deep, heartfelt share. And it's very uncomfy. And I love being uncomfy because I know that's where growth takes place. And so sharing this with all of you, I hope brings new awarenesses for you and little nuggets for you to bring awareness to the love that you're giving yourself, that you're giving others, and that you're receiving. And so this week's challenge is going to be more deeper probably than any other challenge that I've ever offered you. And it's going deep within yourself and bringing a very, very deep awareness to your foundation. Are you choosing conditional love to move from, or are you using unconditional love to move from? And I'm not saying we're going to be perfect in every moment of every day, of every hour, because we're not perfect. However, I'm asking you to choose better because now you know better. To bring awareness to where you may be pulling back love because it's not fitting your expectations, or someone hurt you, or things aren't like you wanted, or it doesn't fit that perfect picture that you wanted. I'm asking you to look deeper and bring awareness around where and how you're moving. I'm asking you to look at yourself, where you may be giving conditional love to yourself because you didn't do things exactly how you wanted, or you aren't looking exactly like you wanted, or you gained 5 pounds, or your clothes don't fit, or blah, 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 like whatever it be. I'm asking you to look at yourself also, and the self-love you're giving. Is it conditional or is it unconditional? And then the second part of this is to look at where you're being triggered in certain situations where you find yourself pulling back that unconditional divine love that's all within us. What's triggering you? What's happening? Where are you moving from? So this week's challenge is a little bit deeper than I've ever offered you. However, I've been holding back on sharing this with you because it's such a vulnerable share and it's so heartfelt and it goes so deep into every one of our lives. So if you're just joining me, I ask that you re-listen to this full message so you can grasp the fullness of where it is. And so I leave you today with unconditional love, always coming from my heart to yours. Namaste.